Hey, check it out. What do you know? Tulsi Gabbard and RFK are closer to confirmation. They've just made it past committee. They've made it out. Isn't that something?
Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. on Tuesday cleared crucial hurdles toward winning Senate confirmation, handing President Trump a key win as he looks for an early display of loyalty from GOP lawmakers. Gabbard and Kennedy overcame high-stakes committee votes that went down to the wire in their bids to lead the U.S. intelligence apparatus and the Department of Health and Human Services, respectively.
And by the way, they held Tulsi's vote in the dark. So the way it works is normally every committee vote is held in public, or at least the vote is released to the public. But for the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, which is basically the go-between for all intelligence agencies to communicate, they go through that person, created after 9/11. That department was created after 9/11. And they hold that vote in the dark, in private, so nobody can hear.
Skeptical Republicans on each committee made the decision to back them in the final days before the votes after Trump officials, including Vice President Vance and other GOP leaders, cajoled them into maintaining an unblemished slate of nominees who have gone through the committee process. How the process played out underscores how many Republicans are of incurring Trump's wrath only weeks into his administration.
Hey, look, Trump can use his power. Trump is able to use the bully pulpit, and he doesn't even have to try very much to do so. Oh, would you look at that? He's got a vice president that knows how to get shit done and doesn't play around, and Trump don't play around, and his officials don't play around. And these Republicans understand that Donald Trump's the most popular fucking Republican in the country. Wow, would you look at that?
They're not going to go against him. If they go against him, they're going to go against 77 million people, said Tommy Tuberville after Trump's popular vote total in November. I don't think that they want that if they want to get reelected. Both nominees now appear likely to be confirmed on the Senate floor in the coming weeks till the final vote.
Hey, I'm not saying that something bad gonna happen to these people that go against President Trump. What I am saying is, however, is that the people that don't support President Trump are going to something bad gonna happen. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is right now, but I think they know what it is. Oh, would you look at that? They're struggling to notice that 77 million people voted for this man to be in office and for these two to be in these positions in government. And I think they're realizing, oops, we don't really want to go against Trump because he could use it against us and we might get a primary challenge, y'all.
Democrats remain vehemently opposed to both nominees
because they don't care about your children's health or cleaning up the mess and the corruption in the intelligence community. It also means that these people are bought and paid for and bribed and owned and corrupted by the very agencies and companies that these two nominees, RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, are standing up against. Just so you know. So when they say, oh, we vehemently oppose it, that's what it means. They vehemently oppose anyone standing up to Big Pharma or the regime change wars or the military-industrial complex.
Each can only afford to lose 3. So there are a handful of Republicans who haven't said how they intend to vote, but each of the nominees can afford to lose 3 votes on the Senate floor. Mitch McConnell is considered a potential no vote on both, though it's unclear how many others will join him.
So Mitch McConnell might be a no. That is absolutely a no. Anyone that goes against the establishment, Mitch McConnell's going to vote against. I believe that I get funded by these people because I'm Mitch McConnell. That's how he talks. And Mitch McConnell is going to vote for anyone that is an establishment freak show and bought and paid for, bribed, corrupt piece of shit. And these two are not. Now, they do have positions that I do not agree with, vehemently disagree with, but they are far better than what Trump could have done. And Mitch McConnell's not going to vote for him.
Senator Todd Young, an ex-Marine intelligence officer, appeared irked while the former Hawaiian congressman refused to say whether National Security Agency whistleblower Edward Snowden is a traitor. And Senator Susan Collins of Maine had last week indicated she was concerned about Gabbard's views on government surveillance.
Oh, I'm concerned that she's going to stop surveying Americans without a warrant, and she's going to go against the NSA's illegal Fourth Amendment right, Fifth Amendment right infringement agencies. You know, she's actually going to stand up for the American people and limit our spying capabilities. Oh, okay. I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned. And Edward Snowden's not a traitor. Edward Snowden unleashed info that told us, the American people, that the government was violating our Fourth Amendment rights by being unnecessarily surveyed upon and going against our Fourth Amendment rights. That's what happened. And he told us that. And then he had to run away to Russia because the Obama administration trapped him there. Just saying.
But by Monday, top Republicans were optimistic Gabbard would advance out of committee. Young had a series of phone calls with Vance over the weekend, and he told reporters he spoke with Trump, whose campaign is never formally endorsed. And Young told reporters that the president and others didn't threaten any retaliation if he opposed Gabbard.
The president is not going to threaten you and actually say, I'm going to do this to you. He doesn't have to. I mean, I would. But Trump is playing hardball here. He doesn't have to. He's playing chess and these assholes are playing checkers. He doesn't have to tell you what he's going to do. But you do know and you do understand that he will do something to you. You just got to figure it out. But I mean, it depends on what you do. You confirm these two great picks, and I might just go out and I don't know, campaign for you next year, or you know, whenever it is that you gotta run for Senate. But you know, he doesn't have to say what he could do because you wouldn't have enough time to pack your bags and delete your files before Trump does anything to you. He would do it like that, and you know that. And you know that 77 million people are behind him.
American intelligence officers around the globe deserve our respect and support. I appreciate Tulsi Gabbard's engagement with me on a variety of issues to ensure that our intelligence professionals will be supported and policymakers will receive unbiased information under her leadership. I have done what the framers envisioned for our senators to do, use the cumulative process to seek consultative process to seek firm commitments. In this case, commitments that will advance our national security, which is my top priority as a former Marine Corps intelligence officer. Having now secured these commitments, I will support Tulsi's nomination and look forward.
That means, oh shit, I'm actually scared of what Trump's going to do to me, so I'm not going to even try. I'm scared of what he's going to do. So I'm like, yeah, here you go, Trump. Here. Have my vote.
Never an intimidation. Young told reporter. There was never an intimidation that there would be a problem.
He doesn't have to tell you. Trump will make it a problem if you make it a problem.
Bill Cassidy, like young Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, the final swing vote on Kennedy, also said he received last-minute assurances before casting the deciding vote in the Finance Committee. My expectations that we could have a great working relationship to make America healthy again is the basis of my support, Cassidy said on the Senate floor.
No, Donald Trump didn't threaten me at all. I'm just saying we have a good working relationship. Yeah, Trump, no, it's not a threat from Trump. No, he didn't do nothing to me.
Among other commitments, Cassidy said Kennedy and Trump administration pledged they would not dismantle the federal vaccine safety system and maintain a close relationship with Congress to conduct oversight. The senator said Kennedy has promised to speak with Cassidy multiple times a month. Asked for Cassidy's input on hiring decisions at HHS, work within current vaccine approval and safety monitoring systems, and not establish parallel systems. Uphold the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Committee recommendations, not remove statements on CDC's website pointing out that vaccines do not cause autism.
So these are all bullshit promises that Kennedy made so that he can get that deciding vote. And Bill Cassidy can feel all good about him saying, I got these concessions. Okay, so basically what you're trying to tell Kennedy to do is not follow the science. Got it. You're afraid that your big pharma donors are going to get squashed by Kennedy. Oh, I get it, Cassidy. I get it. And he's not going to do any of these things or change anything about vaccines or change anything about medicines or change anything about big pharma products until he does some research and the science changes. I bet you Kennedy will do something about that. I'm just saying, but he's not going to say it out loud right now.
Never bypass Congress, appeared before the Senate's Health Committee on a quarterly basis, allowed the Health Committee chair to choose a representative on any board or commission formed to review vaccine safety.
Just to make sure you don't squash or sue Big Pharma too much.
Provide a 30-day notice to the Health Committee if the Health and Human Services want to change vaccine safety monitoring programs.
So basically, Kennedy can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can do whatever the hell he wants. Just give them 30 days notice so they can cry, bitch, whine and moan to each other in the Senate because, oh my God, he's going to change safety measures. Oh, goody golly, gee, gosh. He can do whatever he wants. Just give him a 30-day notice.
So as a result, the longtime anti-vaccine activist is now on a glide path to running the nation's health agencies. Nominees can lose 3 Republicans on the floor if every Democrat votes no. The pressure campaign to convince Cassidy came after the Louisiana senator was openly wrestling with whether to support Kennedy. During hearings last week, Cassidy grilled Kennedy about his repeated assertions falsely linking vaccines to autism.
This article is from The Hill, by the way. A mainstream media, corrupt, big pharma-owned corporation. So I just want you to understand why they are saying falsely.
Kennedy wouldn't not renounce his claims, which led Cassidy to speak with him multiple times over the weekend and as recently as Tuesday. Cassidy on Tuesday said he was flooded with calls from Kennedy supporters. Cassidy was also lobbied by J.D. Vance throughout the weekend, including on Tuesday morning, just ahead of the vote. The Louisiana Republicans' handling of the Kennedy situation was seemingly driven by politics as well as his commitment to medicine.
Yeah. Whatever. I stepped in that. Like, oh, of course, J.D. Vance was talking to him throughout the weekend. I don't get what your problem is, motherfucker. You better confirm Trump's guys, because I'm going to go out and hold a rally. Okay. It's up to you, Bill. Come on. I love it. So, whatever. Okay? It doesn't matter. They're confirmed. That's all we need to know about. That's all we need to hear. Awesome. Yay. Absolutely. Now, do I agree with Tulsi and RFK Jr. on everything? No, I don't like that she backtracked on Israel. I don't like that he positions himself on Israel as well. But these senators didn't oppose RFK or Tulsi on the things that they got wrong. They opposed them on things they got right. So she told the truth about Assad. She told the truth about Edward Snowden. They opposed her for saying the truth about regime change wars. They opposed her for when she said the CIA is lying to us. But they didn't oppose her on the things that they actually should have opposed her on, like supporting drone warfare, like supporting Israel and flip-flopping on Israel and going wrong on the issue. They actually opposed her on things she was actually correct about. And RFK Jr., they opposed him on him saying he will follow the science. They opposed him suing Big Pharma. We just did a video on Elizabeth Warren saying she'd sue that she'd be afraid if he'd sue Big Pharma. She's afraid of that. They opposed him for that, but not for the things he got wrong, like saying Israel is right on the issue of Palestine. They didn't attack him for the things he got wrong. They attacked him for the things he got right. So, but whatever the case, all we need is for them to be finally confirmed and for them to get to work on hopefully RFK making America healthy again and suing the shit out of Big Pharma, suing their asses and holding their asses accountable, and Tulsi nailing and cleaning up the intelligence agencies.